She got me this thing. It's called an LED water wave projection lamp. This is like it's essentially, it's a lamp with an LED light on the front that changes to a bunch of different colors. And it has this little plastic dish with sort of like a deformed surface that's meant to kind of look like ripples of water. And the idea is that it projects through this disc and projects like a multicolored, kind of cool aesthetic water pattern onto your wall or something like that. And she said, this will be really cool for your videos. And I said, oh, okay, well, that's kind of neat. So I got home. I figured, you know what? Let me open this up and just check it out for a second. So there's a couple pieces inside. The main thing is the kind of central, there's like a stand and like a pole to put it on. But the main pieces are what would you call it? Like the main chassis of the thing. It's where the actual projector light thing, which is like a chunk of a cylindrical plastic thing that has this little under where the light is, or like above it. It's got this like plastic nub that comes out, this knobbed nub that like flares at the end, right? Or it's got like a flat kind of plastic plate at the end of it. And if you look at the product image on the box, the dish, the little plastic circle, clearly fits behind. It's got a hole in the middle and it fits behind this little knob. So I'm like, okay, so it probably unscrews some way. Because I'm looking at it and okay, so I'm supposed to get this thing around the knob somehow, or behind it, right? So I take the knob and I'm like, okay, well, it seems like it's kind of locked in place. I'll try. I tried twisting it. I tried twisting it the other way. No avail, nothing. It doesn't screw off that way from what I can tell. I try pushing it. I try pulling it. I try pushing and twisting both ways. I try pulling and twisting both ways. Nothing works. And I'm doing this for a couple minutes, retrying things like, did I really? Because, you don't want to push too hard, or you don't want to twist you don't want to force it too much because you don't want to break it, right? So, but I'm putting just even more force than I would usually be comfortable with on this thing, and it's still not coming off. And the end doesn't detach. It's like solid. It's like solidly. It's a part of the plastic mold. Nothing about it comes off. There's only so many ways that you can interact with this thing. There's no buttons on it. There's no places to unscrew something. Well, there are screws, but it's just like the front and back plates. And I actually tried unscrewing the front plate where this nub is, and it actually doesn't even come off all the way because the nub stops it. So I'm a little bit at a loss. There's only so many ways to interact with this thing to try and fit this little plastic dish, the main point of the product, onto this chassis, this projector. So I look at the box again. I double check, like, that is what it looks like, right? And yeah, it is. But then I see on the box it says one of the things included in the box, a manual, and I think, oh geez, did I just miss that when I pulled it out? I look inside, no manual to speak of. So I'm like, okay. Now she bought this from Marshall's. My mom got this from Marshall's. As what I kind of figured out, and what I now know, is that Brookstone does not have any physical. Oh, did I mention this? This is a product from Brookstone, which is a name brand. This is a name brand, which is why a lot of this was a little bit surprising to me, because I've seen them. I mean, they used to have stores in malls, right? They would sell little electronic stuff and, massagers and chairs and tech chairs and all that, and little gadgets and doodads like this. And to me, that implied a certain level of legitimacy, which I am about to learn is completely unfounded. So they went bankrupt, and they only do online orders, or they sell to different retailers, right? They don't have their own discrete stores anymore. So I'm like, okay, Brookstone, well, that's a name brand. I know them. Let me check their website to see if they have manuals online and in PDF form. I look it up. They have a manuals page on their website. I click on it. It's an unfinished web page. It's just a header that says manuals with nothing underneath it. I'm like, huh. I take the URL, I put it into the Wayback Machine. And the Wayback Machine, the most recent archive of that page, is from 6 months ago and around June of 2024. So I click on that, I look at it. It's a completely functional website, or web page, with a lookup. It's got a list of all of their products. And there's a search bar where you can just type in a name, you can type in a product code, it's all there. Does not have this lamp. I'm like, okay. I go to the world's largest database of barcodes and serial numbers. I look it up. I type in directly. I directly type in the barcode on the bottom of the box. Nothing. Okay. At this point, I am getting really confused. And I realize, you know what? Let me look up this, like, reviews for this thing, and let me find the same product, and let me see if anyone else has this problem or anyone else has run into this. So I search up the name of the item, and it does not come up. Brookstone sells a similar type of water wave projection lamp, but the other one they sell is like this long rectangular plastic thing that has a light underneath that shines through and like illuminates the wall or what. It's like a long strip kind of thing, not like a desk lamp type thing that this one is that I have in my hands that I'm looking at on my desk. And I'm looking on their website. All I can find is the other one. It's the wrong water lamp, right? I'm like, that's weird. So I decided to do a general Google search. I go on Amazon. Can't find it. I scroll through dozens and dozens. Scroll through pages and pages of results. Cannot find anything resembling this product, which, by the way, has the Brookstone name on it. I'm like, okay, I look on eBay. Can't find anyone reselling it. I look on Temu. To find if there's even an off-brand version of this. Can't find it. I cannot find anything resembling this lamp. I can't find this thing. I am staring at a total enigma. There is no proof of this product's existence other than the fact that I am looking at it right now. I'm holding it in my hands. So I'm at a loss. I have no idea. At this point, I think most people would have been just frustrated, but I was intrigued. What she really gave me was the gift of a mystery. So today, I finally was like, okay, I have to call their customer support. I finally have to get around to it. It's been like a week or something, or more than that, actually. It's been like 2 weeks. So I have to actually get around to calling their customer support. I Google their customer support number. Now, if you Google Brookstone customer support, I'm going to do it right now. Brookstone customer support. The first thing that comes up, it comes up on the main Google like body result. It comes up on the little sidebar for customer service. And it's from brookstone.com/pages/policies. It is the number 1-800-846-3000. I typed that into my phone. Exactly. I clicked on it directly from my phone. So this is the number on the site. The phone rings for a second, and then I get an automated voice that says, "We have a special offer for seniors 50 and up. And immediately I'm like, what? And it says, if you are over 50, press 1. If you're under 50, press 2. And I was like, let me press 2. Is my neighbor going to start chainsawing shit right now? I'm going to get up real quick. I'm going to close my windows. God forbid I get a little fresh air while I'm trying to record. I pressed 2 out of curiosity because I am under 50. I'm a freshly minted 23-year-old, as a matter of fact, as of the 1st of this year. So I pressed the 2, and next I get a number that says, "Hi, my name's Jennifer. Do you are you interested in a medical device, a special medical device offer?" And then it pauses. And I say like, "No, I'm no." She just says, "I'm Jennifer. How can I help you?" And then I said, "Yeah, hi. I'm trying to get some help with a product that I got." And then she launches into a fast-paced sell on a medical device. And I'm like, whoa, wait, no, oh, wait, I've heard this before. You know where I've heard this? I've heard this when I did the video on fucking Urban Yeti, because there was a phone number that you could call on the back of the box. And it was so old, it had been redirected to some scam. And it was the exact same thing. It was, you call them, they ask you if you're over 50. If you say you're under 50, then they just hang up. If you're over 50, they put you into like an automated recording to just hard sell you on a medical device, right? Like a life alert type thing. And I've heard this before, and I'm like, no, I must have. So I hang up. I double check that it's the right number. It is. I call again, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to press 2 again. Same Jennifer comes up. When she asks me for if she can help me with anything, I don't say anything. I stay silent. 5 seconds pass, and then she launches into the tirade. And I was like, oh shit. And I just let it go. I let it go for as long as possible until she just redirected me to a quote unquote medical device expert. And it was someone else who obviously immediately picked up the phone after like 3 rings of the transfer. And then they start going into like a whole tirade again, trying to hard sell me on a medical device. And I am like, I can't believe this. Eventually they asked me another thing, like they asked me some other question that I think you're actually supposed to verbally confirm. I don't know why it was set up differently, but I didn't say anything, and they just hung up on me. No, they said, we'll transfer you to someone else, and then hung up. Hilarious. So I'm like, what the fuck? So when I'm looking at Brookstone customer support, the first big number is this 846-3000 number, right? If you scroll down, the first link result on brookstone.com/pages/contact us, not /policies, it lists a different number. It lists 1-800-345-6282. And then a third number. If you have question or concern about an order placed on brookstone.com, contact this email address, or 888-454-9752. I decided to go with the warranty thing didn't. It seemed like it redirected to. It says like the redirected to a different service or whatever they do for that kind of shit. I look up. So I decided to call the 888 number and not the 800 number. Mind you, this is Pages Contact Us. The one before was Pages Policies. I contact the 888 number. A real woman picks up. I think she's doing it from home because I can hear shit in the background. Like I can hear stuff happening. Uh, and I asked her if you can you help me with this product? She says, no, I'm not. We have a lot of different manufacturers that we license from. I wouldn't know how to do it. Should refer to the manual. I said, that's the problem. It says there's a manual. There's no manual. And essentially all of the advice that she gave me, that she could give me, was you should take it back to where it was bought. And I said, okay, because I just want to know, because you guys had a manual page, a page of manuals on your website that is completely blank. And she said that they went bankrupt in 2018, which was actually 4 years after their previous bankruptcy in 2014. And at some point, due to the bankruptcy, they removed their, because their relationship with their manufacturers became different. Like they didn't have access to that information anymore. So they just couldn't list manuals for products they sold on their own website. But at least they could have as recently as June. So fine. Okay. You guys took it off. This thing was clearly manufactured after that point. So I'm like, okay, hey, one more thing. Did you guys know that there's a different page on your website that leads to a customer support number that says customer service, and it's the first result on Google, and it leads to a medical device scam that's like intentionally set up to confuse elderly people? I want to be clear. I'm not trying to get on this woman's ass for this. She's just a customer support person, right? I just want to be like, hey, do your boss, because it's a recorded line, do your bosses know that you guys have the first result is a medical device scam that's on your website? And she says, and this is kind of where she lost me. I don't know if this is what she's been told or not. Well, she must have been told this, but I don't know if this is just the party line that she has to tell. She says, that's a fake website. That's a scam website that comes up on Google. And I said, no. Like, first of all, okay, so I know Google ads are like atrocious, right? And they will have name brands in them, and then you will click on them and they will go to a completely different URL. And it's a misleading scam. That's on a sponsored thing. I've got ad block. This is not a sponsored thing. This is a Google auto-generated things. But okay, even that's fallible, right? And I was a bit confused because she seemed very solemn in assuring me that this was a fake website, that this was a fake version of the website that scammers had used. And I said, wow, that seems like something that your company would want to get on, because there is an identical duplicate Brookstone website that looks exactly like the same thing, like the Brookstone website, and is scamming people, and it is the first result on Google. Now you could say, well, Taigen, you should have been a little more, what the fuck is my grandmother? Okay, I don't know. She made a weird sound. She laughing? Okay. You should have been more observant, which, by the way, I think having any scam, you shouldn't put that on me, first of all. I don't think you should put that on the victim of the scam. But you should have been a little more street smart, Taigen. You're a techie kind of guy. You should have noticed that it was obviously a fake URL. Because, I mean, whenever one of these things happens, it's like a slightly off URL, you know. It's the website with a letter changed or something that looks identical. So I hung up. I said, thank you for your time. And I double checked because I'm like, how could they get it so close? And I look, and it's the same URL. I pulled up the policies page, the one that led to the scam number, and I pulled up the official customer support number that I got an actual representative from. And I literally just clicked back and forth, and with my eyes visually confirmed that the URLs were identical. They were simply different, what are they called? Subpages? Slash so-and-so slash. What is that called? What the hell is that called? It's just like hang on. Yeah, there's a graph for this. Subdirectory. It's the same domain. Brookstone.com. Brookstone.com. /pages. /pages. /policies. /contact us. And to my, I was doing mad research on this a second ago because I was like, can two websites have the same URL? Identical URL. Same, but lead to different, there's no like, they're both HTTPS. They are identical websites until the very last subdirectory. Absolutely insane. Can that happen? And everything I was looking up was saying no. Every time someone does a scam like this, it's a website that looks very close but is a little bit off in terms of its URL. Like you can't lie about that. You can't lie about literally the information that your computer is getting and displaying. It's not a spoof. I go to if you're on the scam website and you click on the homepage, it is the brookstone.com website. It says brookstone.com. It's the same one from the official site. So unless there is some way that a scammer can register specifically a subdirectory of a domain, of a root domain, and everything else redirects to the root domain, I have no idea how they expect me to believe that this is fake, that this is not them. What the actual fuck? Are you kidding me? This is the first result that comes up on Google. It's the first one. And she said, yeah, we've heard about that. You've heard about this? What? Genuinely, I have to take a drink. Genuinely, what the fuck? No, I do not fucking accept the idea that is true. There is in no uncertain terms, in my mind, the Brookstone website, one of its pages is just a fucking scam that's meant to lure in elderly people, and not like it's kind of a shady bit. It is a straight up textbook scam meant to exploit elderly people who don't know about this shit and are vulnerable to like, oh, maybe I do need a life alert in case something happens to me, preying upon their feelings of vulnerability. They have fake pauses in the fucking automated, in the pre-recorded script that are meant for someone to reply to make it feel like they're talking to a real human being. This is a scumbag fucking, like, Indian call center scam. What are we doing here? This is going up as a clip because I want the world to know. I would never buy anything from Brookstone. Holy shit. This has been such a ridiculous experience. Thankfully, it wasn't my money, it was my mom's money. And it was only like, $15? $17. Awesome. So $17 on what is, I don't know if that thing is a scam. I did ask her at the end of the call, the real lady, not the robo lady, how this would have happened if it was from a secondary retailer. And she said that sometimes there are returns, sometimes it's because they buy them like in bulk or as surplus, and that's how they come in. But it would be up to the retailer. And at this point, I don't know if that is a scam. There is certainly a lack of quality assurance going on, a severe lack. If something listed on the box doesn't come in the box, I think that's a bit of a problem. But absolutely something with the central Brookstone company is super fishy. Genuinely, what the hell? It was crazy discovering this in real time. I literally told her, like, I think your company is like evil. I think the company you work for is evil. Crazy. Jesus Christ. That's almost like I want to fucking alert somebody. Criminy.